I've seen areas where AI has totally changed the battlefield. I think one of the most recent ones, you see Ukraine just bomb that Russian airfield. I don't know for a fact, but I would assume AI was involved in that. The battlefields, I think at this point with AI, has totally changed.
Do you think in some ways it actually gets better if we have drones that are really precise, less potential like casualties of civilians and things like that?
Tonight, Israel and Iran exchanging fierce new blows.
I mean, right now we see the precision. Israel fired intercontinental ballistic missiles into Iran,
I saw that.
And they didn't fire it into downtown Tehran. They fired it at the specific nuclear sites, and the kill reports you're seeing are like generals, ballistic missile sites, and nuclear places that they were building nuclear weapons. And so that's the kind of precision. I don't know how much of that is AI, but they were precise, and you didn't see a lot of civilian casualties. So I think yes for that.
You know, it's interesting because you hear all the time about how the government has technologies that are way ahead of civilians.
For sure.
It makes you wonder if they're talking about AGI being out in a year. You'd think the government probably already has it then.
Today's guest is a powerhouse at the intersection of AI, resilience, and human potential. Meet Dave Fox, co-founder and president of Focus GTS.
We'll have full agentic AI in the next 5 years. I think this whole economic turmoil that we're going to see, I think that'll happen in the next 5 years. We'll see. We'll see.
What do you mean by economic turmoil?
The massive job loss and what the repercussions of that across the economy is going to be big.
The rise of artificial intelligence lead to job losses for everyday Americans trying to make ends meet. We are heading for a catastrophic employment crisis that no one is talking about.
IBM just cut 7,000 people in their HR department because they automated it. As one company, one department. AI is going to take out the majority of jobs that we currently have. Life as we know it's going to change drastically. That's where I sit. We're going into this uncertain future. It's going to affect everybody. But the one thing that you can always work on is your mind and your attitude. And if you have that dialed in, you're going to figure it out. If you stay on top of this stuff and you're like, hey, we're on the forefront of this right now. It doesn't have to be something that is a headwind for us. It can be a tailwind. And that's really, I want to challenge people. Switch your thinking on this. How can this be something that can propel you into your destiny instead of something that's going to be a hindrance to that happening? This can actually be your ultimate personal assistant.
I'm sitting here on the Resilience Show, and I'm interviewing Dave Fox, and we have a question for you.
Awesome. I'm all ears. Go ahead and hit me with your question, and I'll do my best to give you a great answer.
I don't know if you know who Dave Fox is, but he is an entrepreneur in the AI space, and if you want to say hello to him.
Absolutely. Hi, Dave. It's great to virtually meet you. I'm excited to have you here and to dive into all things AI. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far.
Amazing. Nice to meet you. Everybody should be doing this for something. I don't think there's one person that you'd ever talk to and be like, hey, do you want to get more out of your life? And they're going to be, no. Everybody's going to say yes to that. Simple use of this, unbelievable.
What are some mistakes that people make in utilizing what we just did? What's some mistakes that people use?
So a couple of mistakes. Most people don't know how to prompt properly.
Okay.
And prompting is what you're asking it to do. So when you prompt, you always want to give a persona to the AI. I'm not just going to be like, hey, write an email campaign for me selling this. I'm going to say, you are a world-class expert in writing email campaigns that convert and get a response from buyers. Your job is to do X, Y, Z. And then I will typically tell it at the end to make sure that you fully understand what you're doing. Ask me any questions that you need to ask me one at a time.
It's powerful. It's impressive, but it's also a little bit scary. Is it scary because we're unfamiliar with it, or is there real fear there?
You see a lot of people that are very smart, the godfather of AI, Jeff Hinton, and then Elon, just to name a few, that are very, very worried about what can happen with this. They're around it more than we are. They know more about it than we are. So if they're concerned, there's probably a reason to be concerned.